What happens when a single ordinary second at an airport turns into a moment that shakes millions and possibly exposes a hidden threat that has been lurking all along? Was it just coincidence or a small fragment of something far bigger, darker, and far more dangerous? These questions exploded across the public's mind when a short video surfaced showing a shocking moment involving Kim Taehyung and Jungkook in Tokyo, Japan, a moment now being called the beginning of a disturbing revelation about a mysterious figure believed to have been targeting them for a long time. Tokyo, a city that usually becomes a stage of excitement and organized cheers whenever global stars arrive, suddenly transformed into the backdrop of something far more unsettling. That day was supposed to be routine. The arrival of these two BTS members is always a massive magnet for fans worldwide. Cameras were ready, fans waited in anticipation, and security was tightened as usual. Yet no one was truly prepared for what happened next, and the widely circulated footage. Kim Taehyung can be seen walking calmly, his signature charisma unmistakable even in a crowded space. Beside him, Jungkook appeared focused, occasionally scanning the surroundings as if ensuring everything was under control. But within seconds, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. A woman suddenly emerged from an unexpected direction. Her movement was quick, too quick for someone who merely wanted a closer look at her idol. In a bold and alarming motion, she rushed forward and attempted to get close enough to nearly embrace Kim Taehyung without warning. The moment lasted less than 2 seconds, but its impact was far greater than it appeared. Security personnel reacted immediately, preventing further physical contact. However, what truly shocked the public was not just her boldness, but the details that began to surface afterward. Who exactly was this woman? How did she manage to get that close to two of the world's biggest idols? And most disturbingly, was this really the first time? Speculation spread rapidly. Netizens began doing what they do best, digging deeper. Within hours, fragments of older videos resurfaced online. In some of them, a woman resembling the same individual appeared in the background of various public events attended by BTS. Was it coincidence? Or evidence that she had been following them for a long time? The phenomenon of Sasaeng fans is not new in the K-pop industry. But every time incidents like this occur, the world is reminded how dangerously thin the line is between admiration and obsession. A Sasaeng refers to an extreme fan who invades an idol's privacy, often engaging in behavior that crosses ethical and legal boundaries. They don't just follow, they monitor, chase, and in some cases, pose real threats. In this case, the suspicion that the woman had long been targeting Kim Taehyung and Jungkook grew stronger. Some social media users claim to have spotted the same face in past airport footage, even in different countries. If true, this was no spontaneous act. This was a pattern, and that pattern is deeply alarming. What drives someone to follow idols to such extremes? Is it simply excessive admiration, or something more psychologically complex? Experts suggest that many Sasaeng behaviors stem from obsessive tendencies, often accompanied by a delusional sense of personal connection with the idol. In such cases, the boundary between reality and imagination becomes dangerously blurred. The Tokyo incident serves as a harsh reminder that global fame comes with a heavy cost. HYBE, the agency behind BTS, is unlikely to ignore this situation. While no detailed official statement has been released, internal sources suggest that additional security measures are being considered, especially for international schedules that carry higher risks. But the bigger question still lingers. Will it be enough? Jungkook's reaction in the video also drew attention. Though brief, his expression seemed to shift quickly from calm to alert, as if he sensed the situation before it fully unfolded. Some fans believe this indicates familiarity with potential threats, raising another unsettling question. Has something like this happened before, but never reached the public eye? Meanwhile, Kim Taehyung maintained remarkable composure despite the clearly uncomfortable situation. Yet it was precisely that calmness that worried many fans even more. Because behind the professionalism and subtle smiles, no one truly knows the pressure they might be enduring. Japanese media outlets began covering the incident, labeling it a serious security breach. Some analysts pointed out the possibility of gaps within the security system, gaps that may have been exploited by certain individuals. If that's true, then this is not just about one Sasaeng, but about a system that may need urgent improvement. Amid all the analysis and speculation, one thing remains undeniable: the emotional impact. For fans, seeing their idols in a potentially dangerous situation is deeply distressing. Many expressed fear, anger, and frustration online. They don't just want to see their idols shine on stage, they want them to be safe off stage as well. Will this become a turning point? Or just another incident that fades with time? Some fans even began connecting this event with patterns in BTS's travel schedules. There are suspicions that information about their arrival may have been leaked, allowing certain individuals to prepare and position themselves strategically. If that's true, it raises a far more serious possibility: an internal breach. Of course, these remain speculations. What is certain is that the Tokyo incident has opened many eyes. Behind the glamour of the entertainment industry lies a darker side that continues to linger. Behind the love of fans, there are boundaries that must never be crossed. And above all, the safety of idols is not something that can be taken lightly. Now, the world waits for clarification, for action, and perhaps most importantly, for the truth. Was the woman truly a Sasaeng who had long been targeting Kim Taehyung and Jungkook? Or was she simply someone overwhelmed in a fleeting moment? And yet, as the footage continued to circulate and frame-by-frame analyses flooded timelines across platforms, a deeper unease began to settle in. Because what initially looked like a sudden, isolated breach of security slowly started to resemble something far more calculated. The woman's trajectory, the timing of her movement, even the angle from which she approached Kim Taehyung, none of it felt entirely random anymore. Observers began to question the milliseconds leading up to the moment. Why did she hesitate just a fraction of a second before lunging forward? Was she waiting for a specific gap in security? And more chillingly, did she already know exactly how close she could get? These weren't just paranoid speculations. In the world surrounding BTS, patterns matter. Movements are studied. Appearances are tracked. For most fans, it's about admiration and support. But for a dangerous few, it becomes something else entirely, something strategic. Clips from previous airport arrivals began resurfacing in greater numbers. Different cities, different outfits, different days. Yet in some of those blurred backgrounds, netizens claimed to spot a familiar silhouette, a figure standing just slightly too close, a face partially hidden, yet eerily consistent. Could it really be the same person? And if so, how long had this been going on without anyone noticing? The possibility alone was enough to send waves of anxiety through the fandom. Meanwhile, discussions around Sasaeng behavior intensified once again. Psychologists and cultural commentators weighed in, explaining how obsession can evolve gradually, starting from admiration, growing into fixation, and eventually spiraling into a dangerous sense of entitlement. In extreme cases, the individual no longer sees themselves as an outsider, but as someone who belongs in the idol's personal space. For Jungkook, who stood only a short distance away, the situation could have escalated instantly. Fans pointed out how his body subtly shifted, almost instinctively positioning himself in awareness of the sudden disruption. It was a reaction that spoke volumes, not of panic, but of readiness. As if moments like this, while rare, were not entirely unfamiliar. That realization alone added another layer of concern, because it suggested that what the public sees may only be a fraction of what idols actually experience behind the scenes. Was there a leak in this case? No confirmation has been given, but the mere suspicion was enough to ignite debate. Some fans began demanding stricter internal controls, while others called for legal action against individuals who invade artists' privacy. HYB, known for its strong stance against malicious behavior, now faces mounting pressure to address not just this incident, but the broader issue it represents. Because this is no longer just about one woman in Tokyo. It's about the ongoing vulnerability of global artists operating in highly exposed environments. And yet, amid all the tension, One detail continued to linger in the minds of many: the expression on Kim Taehyung's face after the incident. Though brief, it was enough to spark countless interpretations. Some saw calm professionalism. Others detected a flicker of discomfort, quickly concealed, but undeniably present. For an artist known for his composed demeanor, even the slightest shift did not go unnoticed. IT raised an emotional question that fans couldn't ignore. How much do idols endure silently, just to maintain a sense of normalcy in front of the public? The incident also reignited conversations about boundaries, where they should be drawn, and how firmly they must be enforced. Because while the majority of fans respect and protect those boundaries, it only takes one person to cross the line for everything to change. As hours turned into days, the identity of the woman remained unconfirmed. No official statement revealed her background. No clear explanation emerged regarding her intentions. The silence, in many ways, only amplified the mystery. Was she acting alone? Or was there a deep